So here we are back at the Underdark Market. And for anyone who's not reading the title of the video, this is a Let's Play of Storm of Zehir, the third official campaign for Neverwinter Nights 2 for the PC. We're going to show up here. We have a quest to hand in, and we could complete part of another quest, but we're going to do it in sort of not the most direct way. So he tells us he only deals with select clients, he wants something done, and he wanted us to go visit the Tempest Fury, which we've already been to. So here, hand it in. And that was the point of the Tempest Fury area. He has some stuff for sale, none of which is particularly thrilling. This Frost longbow is not bad, but you can make one for far cheaper, so it's not really worth it. You can also buy arrows. If you have elemental arrows and an elemental bow, the damage adds as long as it's a different damage type, so you'd have to have ice arrows and a thunder bow or something like that. I'm not going to bother. They're too expensive and I need money in the short term. So we're just going to look and see if he has anything interesting for sale. If you don't have a Ring of Acid Resistance already, there's one that's already in the game. If you accidentally sold it or something, make sure you get one here. It's very important for an upcoming area. And he has some recipes. I'm actually going to buy a recipe for the Brooch of Shielding because brooches of shielding are useful, even though I may never actually make one. No one has Craft Wondrous item yet. So I'm going to buff up and get ready for another kind of conversation. He also has a bottle of deep wine for sale. You have to talk to him, but we're just going to mug him for it, basically. So we're all buffed and ready to go. I have a couple summons out. I have Charmal out. All of the important people have protection from evil cast because Mind Flayers have attacks that paralyze you, essentially. Stun you, I think. And they're evil. Protection from evil protects from mind spells against that alignment, so we're all good. And we say, we're shutting this place down. Yep, and they attack. Big surprise. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mind Flayers. And all of them are extremely dangerous. As you can see, that the wolf here has already been stunned by a Mind Flayer attack, so but that dealt with all of them. These new bows are much stronger. So, if you try and do that fight without casting Protection from Evil first, you will quite simply immediately lose because you will be stunned and they just spam that attack over and over again. So you will lose your entire party, and it's pretty embarrassing actually. But with that, and as long as you have haste and some damage bonuses, they go down pretty fast. So we'll clean up and I'll show you what I found. So the Mind Flayers themselves don't have much of interest. There's this bottle of deep wine we need for that quest. There's an Amulet of Will, and there's some armor and a couple of magical bolts. Nothing super impressive. This chest here, if you try to open it, they'll attack you. But now that they're out of the way, we'll just open it. I'll use a slightly non-standard lockpick here. And it includes 2 items, including a fairly nice longbow. It's +2, and it's actually +2 to hit and damage and counts as a magic weapon, as well as being mighty +4. It's in some ways better than the weapons they have here, except that these also have the elemental damage added. I could add elemental damage to this one as well, but this is better enough that I'm going to go and forget the crossbow. I am going to leave the crossbow on the tank just in case the tank wants to ever shoot at something, which I don't imagine is going to happen, but it could. The other thing that you'll find in this area is this door here, which is again locked, and again we'll have to use our non-standard lock picks. We'll use this non-standard lock pick because we don't waste arrows. And there are a couple of deep gnome prisoners, and you know, you get 1,000 XP for freeing them. Also back here is a sort of amusing cohort, and it turns out that the other gnomes were arresting her for, you know, crimes against humanity or something, and you can have her join your party. She's a deep gnome wizard, which is probably the most ill-advised class choice possible. But that's what she is, and she's actually level 6, but only 3 of those levels are actual character levels. I don't recommend that you use her, but you could. And that's all there is to see and do at the Mind Flayer Market. So here we are back in Taro and to hand in our quest. And we talk to Automar, and he he pays us for it. We didn't actually have to pay for it, so that's pure profit. So we're going to rest up, and then we're going to head over to this Yuan-Ti temple I keep talking about. It's fairly easy to find. You have to go actually into the jungle proper. There are different monsters in here, and some of them are a little bit harder. But none of them are particularly dangerous. And we're finding lots of random stuff. And here are the ruins. And there's I don't know what that strange druid is. There are the random encounters in the game are very random, and sometimes you will see things different in each game. For example, I haven't seen one of many yet. And he's not really that important for this party since I don't have any evil party members and I can't really take advantage of him. But if he shows up, I'll definitely explain that. So let's go see what this strange druid has to say. Well, the strange druid is just another fight. Oh well. So we'll just have to deal with it. Well, that wasn't much of a fight. Anyway, I'll meet back on the map. So here we are in the Yuan-Ti temple. I'm going to save this for a video unto itself. It's a fairly long area by the standards of this game. It's, you know, just one map. But we'll be back.